Okay, so this is PTR 3's, the very few amount of them I actually got to do. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? Fix yourself, so I can see what I'm talking about. Yay! It fixed itself. Okay. Um, this one's with foes and fusion, so really good players by comparison to, whoever. Um, just a couple things before we get started. First off, I'm not entirely sure if the 30% healing debuff thing for arenas is in. It feels like it isn't. But regardless, I tend to throw that up with the 30% increased healing is about on par with someone who actually knows what they're doing. Um, and I would like to say that I am very happy that we are not killing people in the opener as Rogue Monk. That's a very real possibility if that thing's not on it, but against better players, I don't think people will be dying in the opener. Against things like Rogue Monk. RMP maybe. They hit really hard. There's a double ring of peace that's really awkward because everyone just goes to full health. Uh, but I'm very glad people are not dying in the opener. You'll see a couple games where it's pretty close to dying in the opener, but it's not quite. And I think, if I had add-ons, if I had like a Gladius thing, I could easily see everyone's trinket, the DRs. What we could have done better, what they could have done better. I could be able to say if they would have lived or not with a 30% healing debuff or if they did something right or wrong. But, the current state, I don't know. That's just the way PTR is. We never know. Like, these people could just be like that shaman. We'll just take the shaman. He could be a rank 1 druid and have never played a shaman in his life, logged on and is trying to play a shaman. He could also be, just some random player who has no idea what they're doing. So there's a toss-up. There's Link, Ring of Peace. He actually lives a little bit. We get out of the Ring of Peace. Try to slay the Link. I think totems all have like 40k health now, which is really annoying. And then he dies. That's the closest we have to dying in the opener. I don't know if they life swapped. I don't know if they got anything. I didn't actually see if the priest was feared. I didn't have him on focus. I wish I could have told you. He probably was. Where blind sap went, just anything like that. So, who knows? I'm pretty sure better players won't have that happen to them anywhere near as much. If it does, it will be equally as clean on our part. Like, to be able to do that, if there's no 30% debuff and against good players, it really requires like getting people's trinket, landing a blind slap, 3 people CC, and just completely annihilating the opener. Whereas, like this monk, I'm pretty sure he doesn't play monk. He just logged on and is playing it. I could be wrong. Who knows? It could be someone watching it. You can correct me, but you don't really know. I'm playing Ring of Peace simply because I still think Leg Sweep is better in every way. However, we have pretty much, with like Subterfuge, being able to re-stealth, 2 vanishes, a Shadow Dance, we just have almost infinite stuns by comparison to like any other comp. So, at the point where, if someone just goes and cheap shots everyone to peel, I do think that having a silence and a disarm thingy is more useful than someone being immune to stuns. It's just, I'm pretty sure I have to play it for this comp, and it's not bad. It's just not as amazing as it was. They did reduce its cooldown to 45, so it may be worth using. It's situational. Like, for this, I would definitely take it. Enhanced DK, being able to disarm them is so nice. Anyway. I need to, like, breathe. Holy shit. I talk too much. First thing I'm saying is that's not his ale. His lock has a Z, I believe, on PTR. Or it's just named something completely different. Just like my name was jacked, Risen's name was likely jacked, and Fusion's name was taken. It's someone. And I put a glaive on because I think Risen's rogue is a copy from live as well. So he's got upgraded tier 2, which are better. It's like 1,000 weapon damage and 500 PvP power or something. Just from the 2 weapons being over tyrannical tier 1. So I put a glaive on just trying to make the matches go a little bit longer and win maybe off of CC. Although rogue damage is looking pretty scary. So is monk damage. But you won't see it here because I'm using a glaive. Actually, I think I do 80k the mage or someone at some point in this. So, or maybe it's the next game. But I've intentionally get myself just so we can have longer games and have CC chains. And I probably should throw Skype in for this, but I think I did take this from my stream and had music playing, so I can't. So you have to deal with me talking about nothing. Best Zen meditate. I got the deep freeze. This is what I say. If people knew what they were doing, that would have gotten counterspelled. He would have punched me in the face, and Risen would have just died right there. Obviously, if I thought these players were good enough to like know how monks work and all of that, like I would expect a month or 2 from release, people will know exactly what monks do because you have to. I wouldn't have gotten away with that. I also probably wouldn't have had a warglaive equipped. So the pally would have died where the pally almost died and bubbled instead. Uh, this game is actually a longer one, and I actually kind of like it because we almost die. Kind of. And by almost die, I mean 30%, and Spirit Shell is just like an amazing spell now. It actually pwns. That opener made me laugh. That's Aura Mastery, Guardian, Bubble, Trinket, Lock cooldowns, and I think I get Lock Trinket right here. Where is it? Where's the triple stun? Double stun? A Trinkets gets restunned, gets paralyzed. Yeah. And wow, people are fast blazing speed. Did they buff it? Did they buff its movement speed? I don't know. Someone in chat tell me. Or not in chat. What the fuck? Why does this sound feel like I'm... Oh my god. Ignore everything I said for the past minute. Someone tell me if they changed blazing speed. In the comments. Thank you. Storm, Earth, and Fire. I don't know if it's worth using. After testing this, I will explain one thing about it. If you Rising Sun Kick with it up, you definitely get the Mortal Strike reduced healing debuff. So, if you're running like Affliction, Lock, Healer, Monk, it may be worth it to use the things just to keep up the Mortal Strike pressure and watch everything just sort of rot. And then, it's also very unexpected when you pop Tiger, pop your big cooldowns, cancel the 2 clones, you know, what normally makes it, which is cleaving the damage and putting up the debuff, and then you just do like really big damage to someone, is actually just like the scariest feeling in the world. I was playing with it earlier, and I think it was in 2's. I might have some of those games. I don't know. It was in 2's. And like, it was on a DK pet, it was on a DK, or I was on a DK, and then the other clone was on the Monk, healer. And Fusion would just sit there spamming Smite as everything had like 60% health. And then, you know, if we ever got a cooldown or anything, or as a cooldown fell, like if they have a last stand, like if I pop Fortifying Brew, and then just go back to cleaving with the debuff, get them low, run over, cancel the 2 things, and hit them with like an 80k, and then a couple of abilities, people will panic because they go from taking like, they're already low and you can't top everyone with that. So it just really, it takes like a smarter player to recognize where the swaps are coming and what's going on, to be able to deal with it. So it definitely has its uses. I hope I don't actually have to make Arena 1, 2, 3 for it, but I don't know. It's fun to play with. I will let you guys know as I figure more stuff out, but I believe 2 weeks notice is coming, so hopefully next season will be coming relatively soon. Yeah, I couldn't really actually think of anything to talk about this long. I just know these games might actually be fun to watch, because it is PTR 3's, and it is me not like running away and dying the entire time, and you get to see rogues again, which watching rogues is really fun actually. And I think he just bought my touch of death. Sucks. Yeah, I'm out of things to say. I'm also out of ideas for videos. Maybe I'll do like a guide or something because I have no more ideas. Or I'll just do 3's. And just upload footage again. I keep seeing KFC. It's like towards the end of the season, so all the random KFCs are like trying to get Glad. And it's just like, ugh. It's so not fun to queue into. It's so miserable. Even if you can win, it just feels terrible. Anyway, thanks for watching.